Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Carolina News. I'm Hannah Powers. Tuesday night's presidential debate also crowned a new frontrunner in the race for the 2020 Democratic nominee. Elizabeth Warren is the new frontrunner. However, Senator Warren was attacked from all candidates on her Medicare plan and policy solutions. Warren has held the number 2 spot in the polls since August before passing Biden to claim the number 1 spot. She is the Iowa frontrunner and is also appealing to New Hampshire voters. Well, as the Democratic presidential search is heating up, the temperatures in South Carolina seem to be cooling down. Mike Rogers is here to give you a look at that first forecast. Mike? Columbia's low-income housing facility Gonzales Gardens was demolished 2 years ago, but it's been waiting a decision on its fate ever since. The redevelopment is still in the planning phase. The property will still be used to provide housing for those on government assistance. The original redesign included single-family homes and a senior living facility, but Columbia Housing Authority's interim executive director says they are still working with development partners to produce the best design. The small revisions include making the design more aesthetically pleasing and maximizing their space. It is still unsure when construction will begin. Nearly 1 million students nationwide who are eligible for free lunch at school could be losing that eligibility. The Trump administration proposed to tighten the eligibility for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP. Several districts are rolling out Community Eligibility Provisions, or CEP, which offers student meals at no cost. Newberry County School District implemented this program last year in its elementary schools, and currently there are no outstanding balances for unpaid lunches, which was a problem before the program. The USDA says the proposal could cut $90 million a year from school food programs.
This thing's seen in a long time, so if that doesn't warm your heart, then the Gamecock tip-off event happening tonight should.
That's right. When we come back, we'll go live to Brandon Weeks, who's at the setup for the tip-off on Main Street. A Charleston County man has been arrested and charged after an armed robbery at an Orangeburg barbershop. Officials say Trayshawn Green of Hollywood, South Carolina, was arrested after he arrived at the hospital with his second suspect. Green is being charged with 2 counts of robbery and 2 counts of kidnapping. A barbershop employee was armed and shot at both of the subjects. Richland County deputies have arrested a man they say killed a woman after a fight. 32-year-old Clinton Thomas has been charged with involuntary manslaughter. The incident occurred at a family gathering where Thomas shoved the victim to the ground during a fight. She then hit her head on a concrete block. She died some days later from her injuries. Thomas is currently being held at the Richland County Jail.
Muschamp will have his hands full with the Florida Gators tomorrow, but he's also going to be battling some nasty weather conditions.
Mike, what should we do to prepare for this game day weather? When we come back, we have an exciting story about some women making history in space. Finally tonight on Carolina News, history was made this morning as NASA had its first all-women spacewalk. Jessica Meyer and Christina Koch ventured outside the International Space Station to replace a faulty battery that helps power their space station. This marks the first time a woman floated out into space without a male crewmate. One person who watched from Mission Control said, "Hopefully, this will now be considered normal." Well, we needed that relief.
Yeah, we did, for sure.
Good news. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us.
See you tomorrow. Have a great evening.